Guy Cooper.
Hey, how you going?
Very well, thank you. Thanks so much for joining me here today.
Thank you.
So look, Guy, I've known you for a long time. You've been a very important person in the Gold Coast music industry for many years. You're the head of Serotonin Productions. You've been a music lecturer both in business and production in several institutions for more than a decade, and you've worked with indie artists hands-on for a long time. Can you tell me a little fun fact about you?
I love music, and I have quite a large collection of guitars.
That's awesome. Do you play the guitars?
Oh yeah, I've loved playing in a bunch of different bands, and I always manage to sneak in for those large festival shows when my bands are playing. Managed to skip the small shows.
You know, the guitar it's a very fun instrument. I love it.
Yeah, it's nice not having to carry a stand, and it's good to be able to play keys and actually walk around on stage.
Absolutely. It's kind of like is it an 80s thing, the guitar? Or?
Well, no, it's a 2018 thing. Amy.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I mean, like, it started somewhere, right?
Yeah, it's a 60s, 70s thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool. It's so fun. I love that you play guitar.
That's great.
So look, obviously you've worked with artists a lot, and you've been a manager. You've helped artists release music a lot. So today we're here to talk about the top tips of how to DIY an indie artist release, something you know a lot about. What would you say is the most important piece of advice that you would give to an artist who's about to release their music DIY?
Well, definitely planning and preparation. I think everyone says planning, but I think what it really means to me is thinking about the marketing promotion as much as the music and production. Bands put so much energy and passion into the songwriting and the recording and the mixing and mastering, and they're usually a bit burnt out by then. They don't think about the second half, which is that marketing promotion. So I think spending an equal budget on the marketing promotion that you spend on the production is really important. And that can step up over releases, but definitely thinking about investing in the promotion and the advertising of the album as much as the recording.
Yeah, 100%. And I love what you said there about, keeping enough energy for that second half as well as finances, because it's such an important thing and a lot of artists seem to miss that.
It is. It's really hard to not get burnt out after you spent years learning your instrument, writing the songs, then recording them. By the time that mastering's finished, you're exhausted and you just want to get it out, but you're really maybe only halfway through the battle. So reserving a little bit of energy for that selling, networking, marketing of the album is really important.
Pace yourself.
Yes.
Nice. And yeah, look, obviously that is incredibly important. That's really important points that you raise. And another important thing I think is looking at every release as an opportunity to leverage and grow your fan base. Is that something that you agree with? What would you say about that?
Yeah, definitely. I think all your existing fans, your family and friends are always going to see a new release in the album. You don't really need to market it to them, but every time we have a new release, a new single, it's a chance to capture some new fans. So we're trying to find some media, advertising, anyone that's got a different audience that can really bring in some new fans. We don't really do too much growing when we don't have new products. So having that new product's a great chance to reach out and capture some new fans.
Yeah, even new platforms and new social media content and all that kind of thing.
There's so much online, there's so many networking opportunities, and I think again it's that energy about doing better networking, going out and searching for a new audience. I think we all want to get that kudos from our fans and we want them to go and buy the album, but I think it's hard to hold it back from them at the end, and it's really just about trying to take that new product and approach some new media, approach some new press, and trying to get some new audiences.
Is there anything else, something that's crucial to doing a DIY release that we haven't covered?
I think budgeting is really important, and people talk about budgeting and everyone kind of groans a bit about budgeting. What it really means is just writing things down. It's not about penny saving, it's not about planning, or I've only got $500 to spend on this. It's just writing everything down, and we aren't going to make a profit off this first release. It's going to take a bit of time. So not being ashamed or embarrassed to write down that you had a loss, but writing down the money we spend on strings and sticks and fuel, but also writing down any money we spend on promotion or marketing, whether it's social media marketing or advertising and press. Just keeping a good record of that in some sort of Google Doc or Excel doc is hugely important for creating some sort of profit down the line and actually moving forward with your music and your business.
Could we summarize that in a kind of key point somehow, do you think?
Yeah, I think it's really about the music being half the journey, and thinking about the promotion and marketing and the networking as the other half of the journey. And every time we go through this cycle of making an album and putting our music out, just keeping in mind that we need to market this to the audience. We need to actually sell it to them as well. The new media and the internet's made things a lot easier for us to reach audience, but it also means we need to do a lot more. So not only are we writing the song and recording the song, but we actually need to think about the marketing, promotion and networking, and it should be fun. You make it part of the journey, part of that same energy you had when you were mixing the album. I don't think musos think about the EQ and compression when they're writing a song, but in the same regard, we need to think about how we're going to actually put this out to people and how we're going to get more people involved in it.
Music is only half the journey, marketing is the other.
Yes,
I love
definitely.
it. All right, cool. Well, look, thanks for being here. I'm just going to ask you one little fun question before we go.
Sure.
If you were stuck on a desert island and could only take one album with you, what would it be?
Or Paul Simon, Graceland.
Wow.
Easy one, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming and talking to me today. I really appreciate all your feedback and information.
Thank you.